First things to note, I did get my hair cut today, quite a bit shorter than I was intending, but what are you going to do when they just whip out a razor and go right across the top after you point at a picture of what you want and where it actually has hair? Probably the biggest thing that's happened since I did my last video cast was Time Warner Cable was supposed to come out and set up our internet and TV last Friday, and it's Wednesday already. Obviously they haven't come out yet. They even called the day before and confirmed that they were going to be out here, and they didn't even call to let me know that they weren't coming, that they were scheduled to come. They just never showed up. Well, they rescheduled to the 18th, which is now this next Sunday, so they rescheduled over a week after when they were originally supposed to come, and that was after I'd waited a week. So I'm a little bit miffed about that, and still using internet on my windowsill, which is kind of a drag, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. And the other thing would be, Chris moved this Sunday, 3 days ago now. I went up to there and moved him. We rented a U-Haul and piled all of his stuff in there and moved him a good, 15 miles. Then on Tuesday this week, I went with Allison and we went down to 3rd Street, which is in Santa Monica, which is just right down on the beach, like literally 3 blocks from the beach, which is fun. We hung out. It's just it's a street. There aren't any cars on it. There's all pegs and stuff, so cars can't even drive down it. You just walk up and down the street, and shops line both sides. It's pretty cool. We went out to lunch there, which had at Johnny Rockets, which is like a classic 50s like soda shop. They have, you walk in, it's a soda parlor where you say, I want a cherry Coke, and they have Coke and they have cherry flavoring, and they'll mix it up for you behind the counter, which is kind of neat. Hadn't really seen that before, although I'd heard about it quite a bit. So that was nice. I now know where I can go do that again. It was nice just walking up and down. Some other things I hadn't seen, I've heard about before, but I hadn't seen, was like an outdoor magazine store, where it's just a big bookstore outside, where they don't have any in Portland because of wind and rain and all that, but, they're fairly common around here, I guess. Seen those before all the times in movies. Allison needed to stop by and pick up some books for her class, and while we were sitting there, as she was shopping, and there was this homeless guy. Now, normally, I wouldn't think too much of it. I see them all the time around here, but the thing is, I'd seen this one before, probably 4 months ago now, in a video that was posted on dig.com. It was kind of odd to just see him randomly on the street, but, it was still pretty cool. He was just the same nice guy that he was in the video, pretty humble. He'd ask, got any spare change, but don't give me too much. He's very adamant about that. And you hear him just repeat that over and over again. It's sort of his shtick, but apparently it works. One thing I did forget to mention in the video last week was right next to where my fireplace is, there's you'll notice all the blinds there, and the blinds lead out to my porch. Now, the neat thing about that, normally I wouldn't even mention it, but the neat part about that porch is you can actually step out there and look up, and you can see the Hollywood side pretty clear. It's dark outside tonight, but otherwise I'd show you guys. You can't see it on the hill anymore. But I'll see what I can do. Maybe go outside, take some pictures, get a clear view for you guys. It'd be kind of neat to show you. And hopefully here pretty soon I'll be able to get a camera that I can walk around town with, show you a little bit around the area. I kind of like it, but what do I know? I'm a Portland guy.